Good morning, beautiful people. On this beautiful planet, you get to call home for such a tiny amount of time. When your soul goes on this journey, when your consciousness goes on this journey to come to see the truth, its truth, to come to see that all this will disappear. All this disappears at night time every time you go to sleep. All this ultimately doesn't exist. All this is just a playground to experience the fullness of life. You've woken up in a body. What's woken up in a body? Your consciousness has woken up in a body to experience the fullness of life, to experience this planet through the senses. Your consciousness, the thing behind the eyes that is the infinite, has woken up in a body. That's an amazing thing. What happens, unfortunately, is that consciousness gets merged, gets fused with the matrix. That consciousness that is the thing that is witnessing the life force that is happening all around them. When you're a child, there's no conditioning there, there's no programming there, there's nothing, the consciousness is just pure in the child. It's not been fused with anybody's labels, it's not been fused with your parents or the people that you've been around. That's conditioning, that's programming. That's when your consciousness gets fused with the labels. Your consciousness gets fused with the program, gets fused with the matrix, gets fused with the world. So you become in the matrix and of the matrix. Why? Because your consciousness is fused with the program, because your parents have fused with the program, the conditioning, the matrix, because they know no other way but to call that a dog. They know no other way but to call that a car. They know no other way but to call that your partner with a name called Jessica. They know no other way but to call that a person called Dad with a story. So that consciousness then gets fused with the program. So it lives its whole lifetime in the matrix and of the matrix. Never seeing, never waking up to the fact that the thing that is aware of the mental activity at night time, the consciousness that is aware of the mental activity at night, is the same consciousness that is aware of the mental activity during the day. Just during the day, the condition, the mind's woken up, the program's woken up. Because you've labelled it from being a child. Because you've been shown no other way but to label it from being a child. I'll just go over this gate, I won't be on it. So the whole of your lifetime is lived in that false sense of self. It's lived in a place of total identification. It's lived in a place of total mergence, the consciousness, total mergence with the labels, other people's labels, other people's conditioned mind. You go on this evolutionary journey, your consciousness goes on this evolutionary journey, and then there comes a point once you see this in self, once your consciousness becomes aware that it's consciousness, once it becomes aware that it's not the program, once it becomes aware that it's not the labels, that it's not the conditioning, then once you see that in other, and that can be quite stark, once you see it in self, and then you start to see in other, that can be quite a stark realisation. There can be a lot of push against that. I'm going to start wild camping in the next month or so. Well, next month, which I cannot wait. I'm going to go all over the country, wild camping. Got all my stuff ready. Got a few more bits to buy, and off I go. Camping in the wild. I'm going to go all over. I'm going to go to Scotland, Wales doesn't really pull me in. I'm gonna maybe go to Yorkshire. I'm gonna go. Don't know where I'm gonna go yet, but Scotland is somewhere that I really fancy going. On a side note, wild camping. Yeah, that's a bit of me, that. A bit of this stuff out in nature. The one with nature. But yeah, once you see that in self and you see that, that's consciousness experience. I wonder if I could put this phone on a stone without me holding it. It's just in my arms. How's that? Maybe another stone behind there. Back a bit. Bit more. That's alright. So it's consciousness experiencing the. That's better, isn't it, guys? So it's consciousness experiencing the moment. It's not your form experiencing the moment. It's not this body experiencing the moment. It's not this name. There is no name in consciousness. The thing that is aware at night time of the mental activity is here during the day. It's just that during the day there's labels here, isn't there? There's all your labelling because you've been shown no other way from being a child. Oh, that is lovely, nice cool water. You've been shown no other way since being a child. So once you see that your consciousness experiencing the moment, then you drop behind the labels. You drop into that place all the time. And then when you see other entities on this planet, you can say to yourself a little mantra that I do is, this is consciousness experiencing this moment through love. That consciousness has merged with the program, and that's okay. It has to be okay, because for 99.9% of the consciousnesses on this planet, they will not find a way out. They will live the whole of the lifetime in the matrix. They will live the whole of the lifetime identifying with labels. They will live the whole of the lifetime identifying with form, never seeing that there's just life force happening in the moment, that there is just this moment without labels. There is just this moment without a name, without naming. There is just this moment without conditioning, without programming. There is just this happening, this life force happening in the moment. You step out of the matrix, you step out of the world, and you come into consciousness that is experiencing the moment. There is just this. Go back every single day, go back into the place that is aware of the mental activity at night time. There is no identifier, is there? There is no conditioning, there is no programming, there is no matrix. It doesn't exist. Senses are open. Consciousness is open. Because consciousness is experiencing this moment. Drop behind form. Drop behind the world. Drop behind name. Drop in behind the eyes. Consciousness is just a space. It's just a thing that is experiencing. That there's nothing there. You can't get hold of consciousness. There is no shape to it. There is no age. There is no height. There is no weight. It's just a thing that is experiencing this. And it's that consciousness that is the same in everybody. Why is it the same in everybody? Because everyone goes into the dream state at night. Everyone is aware of the mental activity at night time. So it has to be the same. Everyone's that same consciousness. That's the only thing that is the same. That's oneness. That's the only thing that is oneness. That's the thing that goes back into the infinite. When everyone dies, everyone goes back into the dream state. Back into the infinite. Back as one of you was also dying in this moment in time. And you don't go back into that state, so then therefore it has to be the same. All this is just these trees, it's just a place to experience. It's beautiful, isn't it? Without naming it, just to experience this fullness of life, just to experience the greenness of a green thing. And call it green, just a thing that you gotta strip everything back. And see it just as life force. And then you come into that place in every moment. You come into the place of life force, consciousness experiencing life force. All this has to fall away. It becomes irrelevant. Humans become irrelevant because they merge with the program. So it's totally different. Consciousnesses are in totally different places. Consciousness that is aware of this, aware of the beingness that is in front of them, and a consciousness that is merged with labels, merged with the program, merged with judging, opinions, views. It's two different places. Ultimately, they can't coexist. And that's why the planet shifted. Because these people that are on the planet at the minute, their consciousnesses will not sustain that. Hope everyone has a fantastic day. Namaste.